Hello my boys and my fans and music lovers, I'm George from Audiophile-heaven and today we are having a look at a special one. This is the Audeze LCD XC or X closed, and it is priced at $1,800 for this package, but you can get it for $1,300 for a more minimalistic package. So let's get down with the unboxing of the Audeze Planar Masters. Audeze is that one company who is the master of making planar magnetic headphones, and this is a planar magnetic headphone. They come with this large package. This is their premium package and it costs more. It comes with multiple cables, so yeah, not just the package costs more. This is the headphone. This beauty is the headphone. It is made with the carbon imprime. This is how they feel around your neck. They are more loose and better fitting than the Sivga Audio Peacock. And Sandy Audio Peacock actually is not Sivga, it's Sandy Audio. Audeze comes with the same cable that as we've seen on every other Audeze headphone, but they have been listening to my reviews, to every other reviewer and to you customers. They now are including an adapter because they come with a large 6.3mm jack. They are now including an adapter to 3.5mm jack. They also come with a balanced XLR connector. The only thing that is missing from this package is an XLR to 4.4mm balanced connector because those are drivable from a portable source. I've mainly been using them with the Astel and Kern SA180, which is a portable source, and I've mainly been using them on single-ended, so they are easy to drive, not that hard to drive. They need some power, that is a high-end DAP, but it's a DAP still. It's not a desktop amplifier with tons of watts of power like IFMN HA6 SA needs. The cables are those mini XLR stuffs that we've seen on every other Audeze headphone. I like them already, and this is pretty much the end of the installation process. Like the Sandy Audio Peacock, the cable is too long to make them portable. It's also ended in a large jack, so when taking them portably I just wrap it once around my neck, which may look very uncomfortable but actually works. They have those really deep, really large ear pads, large cups. They are not quite as heavy as I remember the Audeze headphones to be. They are actually pretty comfortable to use for long hours of usage. So this is not the first headphone that Audeze made closed back, but it is one of the best selling ones. This is the new 2021 revision. I have not heard the older revision. They isolate you extremely well from the outside noise, like 20 to 30 decibels of passive noise isolation. I can't hear my air conditioning, I can't really hear my computer, and I can't really hear my voice. So you'll be completely cut out from noise to focus only on your music. For such a deep passive noise isolation, I was expecting the sound to be quite dark and quite bass heavy and quite dry, like your typical Audeze sound. Audeze used to be quite dry, quite heavy, quite thick, quite smooth in the treble. The Audeze LCD XC is none of those things. It is a very open sounding, wide sounding, very dynamic and vivid headphone with a ton of detail, with a very good resolution. They are pretty much everything that I did not expect them to be. They also have excellent amount of passive noise isolation, but they leak quite a lot. So if you are afraid of sound leakage, they will leak. Others will hear what you're listening to. They are not good at being a library headphone. The large earpads are extremely comfortable to my ears. They are quite comfortable. They also make the seal very easily, opposite from the Sandy Audio Peacock, which breaks the seal quite easily at the bottom of the ear. The Audeze does not have this issue. They seal very well. And all in all, this has become my favorite closed back headphone. If you need a closed back headphone, go for the Audeze LCD XC 2021. I have noticed that a lot of you guys have been in love with the Audeze sound, and especially my Audeze LCD MX4 has been a very successful review. Over 100,000 views on that, so I really thank you for that. I really agree that the review was interesting. It was the first review where I did a photo shoot outside. It was like the first one where I did the entire photo shoot outdoors. That was a pretty old review and I still have them, and I will be comparing those to the Audeze LCD MX4 too. But I think that the Audeze LCD XC is better for studio work and for audio mastering. Although they are more fatiguing because they are brighter than the MX4, they are also more revealing, more detailed. They are better for actually mastering and mixing music because you can hear mistakes in those masters much easier, and they are probably the most detailed closed back headphone I have heard to date, period. I have not heard a more detailed closed back headphone. Their price does not tell the whole story. You can grab them for $1,300 and there is very little space between them and LCD4, which I also heard. And if you are purchasing this, you get a very close to LCD4 sound for about 1/4 of the price. So you get that type of sound, you get everything that Audeze has to offer in them. The new revision is just that good. I don't know what they changed about the driver, I don't know how they reconfigured things, but it is that good. The aesthetics are quite bland. I mean, I like the carbon fiber aesthetic, but it is pretty bland looking headphone. It is not very interesting looking. It is smoother and more playful looking than the original Audeze design, which was even more bland. Audeze is not one for looks, it is one for sound, it is one for quality. It is not one that wants you to go, oh wow, what a nice headphone. Yeah, it's nice, but that's about it. It won't turn heads with this aspect. Not quite like the Spirit Torino Superleggera, which actually looks very interesting. The Audeze LCD XC actually sounds interesting. They are quite hard to drive. I mean, you can drive them from a high-end portable, but you can't really drive them out of an entry-level source. So don't FIO K5 Pro them, is not worth it. Don't get a source that is less than $500. Any entry-level source will just bring them down. You won't hear all the detail, you won't hear all the resolution they have to offer, you won't get the whole picture. The Audeze LCD XC is excellent as it is. I'm really excited about it. It is one of those headphones where I am genuinely excited about reviewing them, and I'm really genuinely excited when listening to them. It's just that fun. I've been using them to also master some of my audio because I've noticed that sometimes my audio do some minor distortions because I was using too much dynamic compression. My microphone is a shotgun, it is very highly directional, so when I'm moving off its center, you will be hearing my voice a bit softer, so I have to apply dynamic compression to my voice. I don't have those studio recording conditions like some of the other guys, and I apologize for that. I just hope that my videos are fun and funny. I'm supposed to be a funny guy. I'm not supposed to be a serious guy. Like, imagine me sitting like this, being serious. This is the audiophile-heaven. No, this is not the point. I want you to laugh, I want you to smile, I want you to be hyped for the things I'm reviewing. And at least while I'm reviewing them, I want you to be curious about them. After that, you decide whether they are worth your time or not. Back to the Audeze LCD XC or X closed back. I have not heard the original X open back. That is one of the headphones I have not heard from Audeze, but I did hear LCD4, LCD MX4, LCD2, LCD2C, all of the LCD2 series. I have heard the LA8. I liked that one. It was many years ago, but I liked it. I like the sound. They needed some EQ, that original one. And this one also needs some EQ, and Audeze asked me to also review their plugin, which is the Reveal plugin, which can actually help you EQ them. And it's a very nice thing. It works with most DAWs or digital audio workstations, but it doesn't really work with the equalizer Apo. I don't want to use an equalizer for the headphones when doing audio mastering. It's like a no-go for me. I don't want it in a DAW. I want it while listening to them, if that makes sense. Because if I've been listening to them for 5 hours, I already know how they sound and I already am accustomed to their sound. And I can master with them. I can't really master with something if I apply EQ on it before mastering. I know it will turn them to sound more natural, more balanced and such, but I just don't really recommend using EQ while mastering, but the EQ affect only the headphones. It's a weird thing to tell you, I know, but if you can't listen to them without that EQ applied, you will be always used to their signature without the EQ applied. So I really urge the guys developing the Reveal plugins, I really urge them to make it compatible with music players, with equalizer up, with everything that you need to listen to it, because then you get used to it. Otherwise, if you are used to their typical signature and you immediately apply a cue, you won't be doing such a great job at mastering your music. I just see this as a very good instrument for mastering music. I don't see them as only headphones for listening. I see them as both. They are very enjoyable to listen to music, to watch movies. They don't really have a lot of bass, and that was surprising. The bass is extremely controlled, deep, clear, clean. It is not very dry, so you get a very fluid type of bass, very smooth, very natural type of bass, but you don't get a lot of it. It is there when it is called for, but it is not a lot. They are not one of those headphones that vibrate on your head like the Sony Extra Bass series or Roson RAD0. Those are very bass heavy. The LCD-XC is not exactly bass light, but it is natural. It is most certainly not bass heavy. You get a very colorful, not colored, but colorful mid-range with a ton of dynamics, ton of details, very good texture resolution. They are somewhat smooth in textures actually, which is unusual for Audeze. They are very enjoyable to listen to work with. They don't really cause fatigue. I had this trouble with older Audeze headphones where they caused some listening fatigue because the sound was quite dry and you really needed the reveal plugin to use them. You don't really need it with the Audeze LCD-XC. They are enjoyable as they are. They just need a bit more bass, and you can actually do that via the equalizer Apo without the reveal plugin. But I'll just do a better job in writing. I'll explain to you how I've been using them and how to equalize them. They need a bit of equalizing if you want to listen to more bass. At any rate, this is one of the best headphones I know. I hope that my video has been enjoyable to watch. I hope it has been informative. I hope you got a better idea of how they sound, and don't forget to check my full written review. I am a funny guy in video but a serious guy in writing. I really try my best to provide a deep, complex and complete written review. I really hope that if you decide to go for the Audeze LCD-XC, they will be your thing. I really hope that they will be exactly what you've been looking for. I hope you'll consider subscribing to audiophile-heaven. Also leave a like on this video if you liked it. It really fills my heart with joy. I hope you will be able to donate some pesos. I have a PayPal link in the video description. It helps me push more videos quicker because I can focus on it. I really thank you for watching once again, and I hope you have a lovely weekend there. Bye bye.